Welcome back to another episode of Let's Grow Podcast. Today we're talking with Mr. Edward Gonzalez with EG Renovations. How you doing today?
Doing good.
Awesome,
Thanks for having
man.
me.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm glad to have you. I'm excited. So this is your first podcast?
First podcast ever, so exciting.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me where you're from. Where do you reside right now? What areas are you in?
So now I live in Royce City, but like I said, I think Wylie's like my second home because I'm constantly here every second day.
Yeah.
So I'm here like constantly every week. Man, I'm born and raised Dallas, Texas. Obviously, first generation Mexican American. Parents are from Mexico. That's the short version of where I come from.
Cool. So, but where are you from here in the state? So, are you raised in Dallas? Or?
Yeah, born and raised Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
I've been here my whole life.
Yeah.
I think I plan on staying here.
Yeah. So Dallas to now Royce City. What made you want to move out of the area?
Well, one, just because like my brother lives out there. I have a sister-in-law and one in Royce City, one in Rockwall. And
So
I think it
closer to
just like we're both, my wife and I are real family orientated. So we wanted to move out there, and it's just growing. It's not a long-term house. I just see it as an investment because, you know, you're my realtor, so you you guided me out there for the growth that is just, man, it's just crazy how it's growing out there.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's affordable and there's tons of growth. So you start there as an investment, and obviously you live there, and then in a few years when you're ready to upsize or something like that, you just turn it into your first rental, right?
Yeah.
And now you are setting the tone for your family on building generational wealth and have that down the road, right? So EG Home Renovations, right? So what got you into construction?
So long story short, in my 20s, I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, so I was on and off work. I have a brother-in-law who, like my wife's family, they come from California. So he was a painter, so he would see me, on and off work. So he was like, hey, whenever you want to give me a hand, I'll give you a job. So like slowly started working with him. I think I was with him for like on and off 5 to 10 years. And I was his only like fluent English speaker. I was the one talking to the customers, going and pick up materials. You know, he'll tell me, hey, tell the guys this, do that. And then got engaged with my wife, and then we got married, and then she basically gave me the ultimatum. I need to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So then that's how I, built EG Home Renovations. So as you can say, my bread and butter is painting, but he slowly transitions to the remodeling. And that's how he was a big part. To this day, he's still a big part of what I've learned.
Yeah.
If I'm stuck in some ideas or whatever the case may be, I'll give him a call and he'll guide me. So he was a big help.
So he's still a mentor, right? And so he helped you realize that you wanted to start your own thing, and then with the push of your wife, she said, "You ain't working for the man no more. You need to do your own, right?" And it's just grown from there, right? And I think where we got connected was, I think, in Herbalife days, right? When I was trying to get my my manly figure going, and and then I think that's how we got connected and met. And then you reached out and said, what's all these networking groups? And that at that time I was getting involved more in the chamber and inviting you to the business card exchange. And then just from there, I think after you plugged into networking and meeting people, I think your business has grown dramatically, right? I think that's played a big role in your growth that I've seen. You get out of your shell from being shy in the corner to being now in multiple networking groups and things like that, and getting out there to grow your business. So starting out with home renovations, right? Your bread and butter, as you said, is paint, right? But you just did our kitchen and our bathroom, and you've added some vents and roofs. So you've grown it to be more than painting, right? And so what is your specialty? What is the one thing that you like doing?
Well, I guess you could say painting. That's what I like to do. But honestly, both either kitchen or bathroom remodel, just because of the transition, we go from original builder grade, whatever the case may be, and make their vision come true. And I've had customers, like cry just because it's what they envision and stuff. So you could say it's like they're both up there, either the painting or the remodels on the bathroom or kitchen.
Yeah, and that's the great thing, right? In real estate, I tell people all the time, look, buy this home or this house and then make it your home down the road, right? Because builder grades, we know, right? You buy new construction homes, they're all builder grade. So a lot of first-time home buyers, they go with those type of things, or they go with the homes that aren't totally updated. But that's what they can bring someone in like you and transform it into what they envision and make it be a home that they're proud of and things like that, right? So
especially because it's like, if it's not, or it is their biggest investment, their property, so why not make it what you want?
Yeah.
And that's what I tell a lot of customers, especially when I go out to bid it. I'm like, hey, you know what, this is what you want. I mean, just tell me what you want and we can make it happen. I can throw out ideas, but at the end of the day, this is your vision, this is your house, we'll do whatever you want. And I thank God that it's happened to where I've grown. Like you said, step out of that shell. I remember when you invited me, I think, to the first business exchange, when they asked me, what do you do? And I was like, no, it's crap. What do I do? And I was just reading off my business card. Well, hey, my name is this, and I do this, and this. So it's these marketing groups and these relationships really help you out to grow within being a business owner.
Yeah. So being a contractor, right, you have to manage people a lot of times. You're listening to the customer, right? You're doing the bids, listening to their vision, saying, hey, okay, I don't think this is going to be smart, right? So you're having to manage that. Then your workers, right, your contractors. What is the biggest challenge you see on a day-to-day basis of bringing all those people together or getting them all kind of on the same page, right?
I think it's the communication. It's a big part because the customer trusts you to make the project come to what do you say, to their expectations, their vision, and then it's just the same communication I have with them. I have with the people that work for me or the subcontractors. They've been with me since I started, so it's like, I don't like to, I have a tile guy, I have another project, I'm going to get another tile guy. So I just feel like the relationship, the communication I have with them makes it easier, even though sometimes, it could be difficult to get them on the same page. But as long as the communication is there and I'm just straightforward with them, like, hey, this is not our home, but treat it like yours, do quality work. 'Cause at the end of the day, that's what's going to stand us out, and that's what's going to keep us busy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I feel like the communication part is big point.
So what do you see as a general contractor, your biggest challenge as a new business, right? Because, I mean, you're what, 2, 3, 4 years now of on your own. Obviously, you have more experience in the industry, but on your own, starting your business. What has been the biggest challenge and how have you overcome that challenge?
I think at first it was, your competitors, because I mean, I'm sure, in your industry you have a lot of competitors that have been doing this for years, and they're, I guess, they seem more organized, like through the bids, through their communications, maybe more reviews. But I think what really helps me allow just being, straightforward with the customer. When they ask me how long I've been in business, I was like, well, business as EG Home Renovations, we're just starting off 3-4 years, but the background I have 10 plus 15 years, especially with the guys I have been doing it for quite some time as well. So I think that's, like I said previous, the communication and just being straightforward with them. I'm professional, but I don't sugarcoat things as well. Just tell them straightforward, or if things go bad, taking responsibility of it. We had a little hiccup at your house for the kitchen, and it wasn't me, but it was still the guys that hired. So, just be like, what, I'll take care of it. Because there's contractors out there, what, let's just discount it at the final price, and that's it. But I'm not like that. I like to do things the right way, even though sometimes it could be a headache. But at the end of the day, if the customer's happy, I'm happy. Yeah,
I mean, and you got to, like you said, the good thing is you take responsibility and you fix it, right? And nobody's perfect, not in my industry, not in anybody's industry. And if they say it, then they're pretty much fucking lying, right? If they think everything is rainbows and sunshines and there's never any challenges or obstacles, but it's how you own up to those mistakes or those challenges and how are you going to fix it, right? Because you could be one of those chucking, what's the saying, the chucking the truck or whatever, right?
Chucking the truck,
where if they make a mistake, they said, so who cares? Or look at all the stories you hear of contractors getting deposits and then ghosting them and not going, right?
Yeah.
And I know some of those here in our own community that are doing, and people reach out to me and I'm like, hey, look, I'm sorry. I mean, you hired them. I mean, I don't really know them. You didn't come to me for these recommendations or anything. So, I may be Facebook friends with them and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's sad to see how many people get taken advantage of in that industry, right?
Yeah, it's real bad, and it gives us, the good contractors a bad name because, you need to, when you work with deposits and it's sometimes a significant amount of money, and the customer does have in the back of the mind that they know, be like, well, is he going to run with my money? But like I tell them, I try to have that communication where they will trust me because at the end of the day, if they trust you, they're going to do work with you regardless of the price. Be like, hey, you know what? I'm on Google, I'm on Facebook. I have referrals. You can talk to these people, and I think that gives them, I can trust this guy to not run with my money. And I believe in karma. I believe in karma. So what goes around comes around. So I just try to stay away from that.
Yeah, it definitely does. I got my share of stories with that. But it's hard to be trustworthy nowadays, right? People, like you say, they hear so many stories. People getting taken advantage of. So what is one way that you build trust and likability with clients or with vendor partners or earning people's referrals? So how are ways that you can become more likable or trustworthy when you're out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, like I said, just being straightforward with the customer. When they ask me, hey, how long does this project take? Even though it seems, a day or two, I always like to give that extra time. I'll be like, hey, it might take 5-6 weeks. And they're like, really that long? But I'll be like, hey, you know what? I'd much rather tell you it's going to take longer so you can have that expectation. Just in case we do take long, you already knew it. I'm not going to tell you, like, hey, I'll be done in a week when I'm not. I'd much rather just be like, hey, you know what? It's going to take us 8 weeks. Is that, are you fine with that? If not, you might find somebody that's going to finish it in a week. But good luck.
Good luck with the quality, right?
Good luck with the quality, but I think just being that straightforward contractor from, even if I do get the job, bidding it out to the whole process, I like to make group chats with them, be like, hey, you know what, this week's going to be this and that. That communication goes a long way.
And you have to be straightforward, right? That's how you earn people's, I think we're in a day and age where, you got to be more. To earn trust, you have to be more straightforward. Yeah. People don't like lying, and if they do, they're going to catch you in it, and then you're going to get a bad rap in the community. You put yourself in a deeper hole, and so it's always not sugarcoating. This is the way it's going to be. This is how long it's going to be, and especially in contracting, right? You didn't build the house, so you don't know what kind of quality work was done beforehand, and whether or not when you take the cabinets or knock down the previous tub or shower, what it looks behind there. I mean, I'm sure you've dealt with
unforeseen that you don't see.
And you have to give yourself time, because if you tell them, oh no, it's going to be done in a week, and then you have those challenges and go back to them, they're going to be like, well, why didn't you tell me this? Or they're going to be more frustrated. And
the projects, any type of home renovation, even if it's a simple painting, it's gonna take some time. So how much, like I said, I'd rather take that burden off my shoulders, tell them, hey, it might take this long. You might not like it, but at least you have that in the back of mind that, he didn't tell me, oh, I'll be done in a week, and I've been here 4 or 5 weeks already.
Yeah.
So it goes a long way, the communication. And, we talked about this earlier in our meeting, it feels like owning a business is like, the relationship you have with your significant other. Communication is a big part of it. Yeah. Because if you're not, you just go down the wrong hole.
Yeah, right.
And then bad reviews start coming, and they get blasted on Facebook, social media, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Thank God I haven't been to that point.
So you haven't ran into one of those Karens that are just going to rip you apart in these Facebook groups and stuff.
You know what? Funny story. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling that I don't want to work with the customer. It's just, long story short, I had a customer that had a gut feeling I didn't want to work with. And I did the job just because my wife was like, just do it, And I just started off, so I was taking jobs here, and I was taking everything. And I just had a bad feeling from the get-go. And then I ended up having to fire him, or if you could say fire him, I was like, you know what, I can't work with you. This is not going to happen. We're going to end on bad terms.
Yeah.
I took financial loss, but it's part of the game.
It's part of being a business owner, right? I mean, obviously we're in a for-profit business, right? We're not a non-profit, and there's going to be times where we make money. There's going to be times where we lose money. But it's part of owning a business. You learn from it, and you grow from there, right? So, what do you see is in the future for EG Home Renovations, right? What are you looking to expand? Are you trying to stay a little bit more smaller on the side, so where you have more control of different things? So, what are on the horizons?
Man, honestly, I think I do want to grow, get into the commercial side as well.
Okay.
I think every contractor starts obviously residential and slowly grows into commercial. But I don't know. I had this mind maybe become even a builder, custom home builder. But yeah, I think long term is getting into the commercial side.
Yeah. I don't know if you've done some commercial, right? Because you've done some stuff for restoration companies, I know, where you go in and you knock out the commercial side of things. So I know you've had, LA Fitness, was that one? Or was it
I've done some LA Fitnesses. Pretty much some rebuilds on LA Fitnesses.
Yeah, so that's good. I mean, it's good to diversify and just grow from there, right? I mean, you can have a residential side, then you have build out your commercial side, then next we know is EG Homes, right? Building custom homes. So you learned as a father, because you're a new father with another one on the way, right?
Yeah.
What have you learned as being a father that helps you in business?
Man, they're the reason why I do it now. At first it was, my mother and father, my wife when I got married. And then, just having kids is just, I don't know, it just flicks on the switch. It makes you the grind to, I'm doing this for them, especially in those dark days that, business owners, it's not easy. It's not easy. So it just gives you that motivation to make, not like my dreams come true, but honestly, like give them a path that they'll be, we just talked about generational wealth. Just the motivation to wake up every day, even on the hard days. I had a hard day last week. I was telling my wife about this, but I have a picture of them on my truck where I see them every day, and I was like, this is why. So it gives you the motivation to make your dreams come true and set them up for generational wealth. I'm not gonna hand it to them, I'm gonna make them work for it too.
Of course.
I just don't want them, we're set for life.
Sometimes
you're gonna work for it just like I do.
Sometimes when people are handed things on a silver platter, it doesn't go the route that they hoped for, right? So, I mean, I know I was never handed anything, and so I had to always work for it. What we've built, we've worked for, and that's the same thing that I'll tell my wife now, that we're going to make our kids. I ask them, like, hey, do you want us a house when you grow? They're like, maybe. I don't know. And then they see, like, the checks come in, and, hey, Dad, how many houses did you go sell, right? They're learning, and then I'm just like, hey, well, I'm not just going to give it to you all. You got to start now, or that's why they come into the office. They help me do some paper shredding or whatever other tasks I can give them, and put them on the payroll, and different things like that. And it's like, dude, you got to start earning this. We have rental properties, and I tell them that same thing. I was like, look, you have a house when you finish graduating high school and stuff for each of you, but it ain't just gonna be yours. Like, you got to get good grades, you got to graduate, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to learn how to do all this stuff in order for you to get that, or I'll just sell the house from out of them. I don't care.
Enjoy the money.
Yeah. Me and the wife will retire and enjoy that and stuff. No. So, no, man, that's great. I love hearing. So, what do you like to do in the fun time? Like, when you're not being Papa, you're not working, what does Edward like to do for fun?
I don't know. I'm trying to get back into working out. I was, we worked out. I mean, we didn't work out, but we met through the Herbalife days, and I just felt different. Obviously you work out, you feel better, and all that good stuff. So I'm trying to get back into working out. Just that motivational, to get back into being a positive person. So much negativity in this world.
Oh my God.
I just read or listen to some podcast or read a book, audio book, stuff like that. Slowly, I tried to get back into playing soccer because, I did that my whole life. But, it's tough.
You run different when you get older.
Yeah, it's funny because my son, I guess, got my running train. I guess we run with our hands down. I've never noticed it. My wife's like, you run with your hands down. You noticed, right? And I'm gonna ask
her for a video, and when I publish this podcast, I'm gonna put a picture of you running.
I made fun of my son. Like, why you running like that? Like, he runs exactly like him. Like, really? Like, yeah, you run weird. I was like, no.
I'm gonna have to tell her to record you and send it to us.
I don't think she does that.
Yeah. So running, working out, that's good. So you mentioned audio books or reading a book. What's something that you're reading or listening to right now?
Well, right now I was reading, I think one of the books you gave me, I forgot, it was Think and Grow Rich or something.
Yep.
That one. You know, I'm just trying, I don't want to overwhelm myself because of business, you overwhelm yourself as is, being a business owner, but it's just that book, audio, any positive motivations in the morning, trying to wake, I mean, I already wake up early as is, trying to wake up early, just we have like baby on the way, so I'm trying to squeeze in some morning workouts.
Yeah. Cool. So what can you give somebody, what type of advice who is wanting to become a contractor or wanting to get into a trade? You know, I tell a lot of our youth right now, I'm like, go learn a trade, right?
Yeah.
Because that's disappearing. Most people want the easy button. They want the office, the technology, the social media, becoming an influencer. I'm like, if you learn a trade and you get good at it and you grow for now all the way into your more of an adult and stuff like that, like, oh my God, they can become millionaires. Because I see certain trades, the people who are like real artsy and craftsy of like laying tile, right, and doing a good job, they're all older. They all have health issues or they're on their way out. And you don't see younger generation like yourself build that. So if somebody wanted to get into a trade or to contracting, what are some advice that you can give to them?
I've said this before, like any type of trade, because you know they're slowly getting away. I mean, all the people I use are like older already. They're not like already in their last years, but they're up there. I would say trade electrical, plumbing, HVAC, because I mean they're well paid. You don't have to have a degree. I have a degree and I don't use it.
Yeah.
And then as far as a contracting work or any type of business, I think it's just stepping out of your comfort zone. I've been doing some stuff that I didn't think I was gonna do, like this podcast or presentations at our marketing meetings. It's things you have to do to grow.
Yeah.
Because if you just stick in the back how I did at first, you're never gonna grow.
Yeah.
But I would say getting into some trades, construction trades, because they're well paid.
Yeah. That's
awesome. I mean, and there's some companies out there that will pay for your training, and then later on venture on to yourself. Because I think at the end of the day, I think just this generation now, there's like you said, they're handing a lot of stuff, so they don't want to work. How I was working since I was 15. I mean, I wasn't hard working as that, but I always wanted money. I wanted to buy things. My parents gave me what they could. I'm not going to say we were poor, but we weren't rich either. But I always wanted some new shoes or some new clothes. And back in I remember I would cut the yard every week. $20 back then was a lot. Nowadays it's nothing.
Yeah, it is.
So I would save up my money, work for the things I wanted. And I always had that in the back of my mind. Like, I want to be a business owner. What? No, if you told me 5 years ago I was going to be a contractor, I was like, no, you're crazy. I don't want to do that.
So out of all the trades out there that you work with, right, because you have electricians and plumbers and people who do HVAC and painting and tile, like roofing, everything, what do you see is probably like the most interesting trade that maybe somebody should start out with or get because they're well paid and it's like a cake job? They're like, oh my God, you charged me how much for that? And it was like real easy, but it's because of their training and their field that they can charge that much.
Man, I would say, I think tile. Even though, I mean, like I said, electrical, plumbing, I think those are two in construction that get paid well. But tile, man, there's a science to it. It's not just going there and sticking it to the wall, to the floor. There's a little science to it too, that in order for it to look right, that you have to do certain things. And it's paid well. Yeah.
And it's an industry where I think a lot of the real good tile guys or gals are leaving because they are getting older. They're tired of bending over. They're tired of covering, carrying these big tile packages, right, into the house. Like, they're just like, nope, I'm done, right? Yeah. I mean, it's a real craft that they have to be well trained. They should get a mentor in it and work under them to learn it, to real do it. I mean, like you said, it comes down from cutting it. It's not like anybody can do it. How it's going to look, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we at the bathroom, there's an incident too for your bathroom that they thought it was easy, but no, I mean, there's some science. There's some science to it. I think every field has the little signs to it.
Yeah.
But one of the fields that I think that people are not seeing is that laying tile. It's paid well.
Yeah.
But I think just in general, they're not wanting to do all this hard labor stuff anymore. They just want things handed, just sit in the office or whatever. I don't have nothing against it. I did it before I came back into my company. I was at an office, but it wasn't for me. Became a supervisor in a well-known company pretty quick. But like I told my wife, I mean, I can't do this. This is not me.
Yeah.
I like to get my hands dirty, here and there.
Yeah.
I have my lazy days.
I don't like to get my hands dirty. I just hire you to do all my stuff.
I mean, they're not dirty anymore. I had to take myself away from doing the labor part.
I gotta go get my manicure later today after this.
You're gonna go double day?
So before we wrap up, right? You're a part of networking groups now. Like I said, we started at the chamber. I've seen you grow into different ones. How are ways you've built relationships with people to earn their referrals?
Man, just getting to know them outside of the business. Everyone. Just building a relationship. I won't lie to you. When I did the business exchange, I think I was probably the only contractor there. So then I was like, man, I'm about to get a lot of business. People. I'm the only one here. I do a lot of stuff, so they're gonna just
throw the business at you.
Throw the business at me. And, that was a slap in the face. We'll talk about, people don't do business because of your name or whatever. They do it because of the relationship. So I just slowly started, inviting people out, getting to know them, better. We've had a couple of lunch dates. We've had a couple of lunch, and we've just talked besides, getting to know each other outside of the business, building our relationship. And I think that's when the people will refer you out, because it's your name too being in jeopardy just in case things go wrong. So it was me, getting out of my comfort zone, going up to them like, hey, you know what? I would like to get to know you better. Maybe I think we could work in the future, benefit both of us, and that's what really helped out. And that's when the business started coming, into a relationship, And like I said, it was a slap in the face because I would go be like, man, why these people aren't sending me work?
Yeah. Until
I made that relationship, broke the shell, and be like, hey, you know what?
And sometimes you have to take the initiative, right? Because the other people are thinking the same thing. Mm-hmm. They're scared to go have lunch with you or coffee, and you have to be the one to break the ice and invite them, and then go from there. Yeah,
and I've had people reach out to me and like for the same reason. They see us working together and they invite me, but majority of the times I would be the one breaking the ice. Because I see where it's beneficial for both of us.
Yeah, awesome.
Doing business together.
Man, well, if anybody's out there looking to get their home remodeled, painted, different things like that, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, we're on Facebook and Instagram, both as EG Home Renovations LLC. I'm currently working on a website, but we're phone number, email, phone number 214-663-7548. Or my email is eghomerenovations.llc@gmail.com.
Cool. Well, there you go, guys. If you're looking for a great contractor, reach out to Edward. He'll take great care of you. I know from personal experience. And if we can do anything for you, let us know. Thank you for being on it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.